We're now 10 days into the new year's. Welcome back to the Crypto Bliss channel. Thank you for being here with me today. It has been an incredibly few days without you. That's 9 days approximately without you. So thank you for all that you are, and Happy New Year's and blessed energy to you and your family. I hope you are truly invested into Bitcoin, which is investing into your own energy, your own time. And if you did not watch my videos over the last couple videos that I did for you, you need to watch those videos. Why is that? Because there are billionaires and trillions will come into Bitcoin and the crypto space. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how, when, what, and why. So thank you for being here with me today. Once again, Happy New Year's. Let's delve right into some of the cool content that I'm about to share with you, and let's have some fun. All right, so potential new wave of inflation to be good for Bitcoin in 2025. This is according to Fidelity. I was watching something earlier on that basically stated, and this was from Robert Kiyosaki and Ken McElroy, and they were both basically saying that the opposite of this and what Fidelity is saying. So we don't know, but the data will tell us a story. It gives us a pattern. And you need to look out for the patterns, because the patterns will tell us when to buy and when to sell. And we will find out at the end of this video whether we should be buying at this point or selling at this point. So make sure to stay tuned right to the very end. All right. So a new analysis from financial giant Fidelity suggests a new wave of inflation could benefit BTC. Chris Caper, the director of research, says in a new report, stubborn inflation and fiscal deficits suggest it's possible the US could enter a period of stagflation, an unfavorable economic environment dominated by stagnant economic growth, high inflation, and sometimes high unemployment. If fiscal and monetary institutions choose to fight the stag part of the problem through increased spending or monetary tools, Bitcoin could potentially perform well, albeit likely with another lag. So what's basically been said here is that we actually at this point currently require inflation, an inflationary environment, right? Because Bitcoin is the digital gold asset. It is the hedge against inflation. And this is how you protect your personal energy, your wealth, your family's wealth by investing in Bitcoin. You're welcome to use my Bybit link down below. Get yourself up to $30,000 deposit bonus. And also, I just wanted to say congratulations on 5 years on the Crypto Bliss channel and Crypto Bliss community. I hope you have enjoyed every single moment, every single video. I'm going to continue to pound away at videos for you over the year ahead. So make sure to stay tuned, subscribe if you are not yet subscribed, and let's get to it. Trader Tone Vase. I'm not sure if you do know Tone Vase, but he's been one of the longest and is a big trader in Bitcoin. And he flips bullish and goes fully long on Bitcoin and outlines the path to a new all-time high. So just in simple, now that the year is over, I am now back to fully long in Bitcoin as of this afternoon at a price of around 100,000. So what happened and where we at today is that Bitcoin, and you can see that we're down at 97,000, but actually at the moment today we're down at 92,000. But we're doing a little bit of a stable pullback, as you can see right here. But here we're making a candle that is directing us alongside the MACD and the stochastic and telling us that we could potentially be on the way back up. But that doesn't mean we're going to break up and go start breaking all new all-time highs, because currently we're back in our range zone, as you can see here. And you can see here that Bitcoin is now sitting on the bottom end of this box, okay, which is where I've been placing the opportunity for you to get in here. Now, you'd have to put in a limit here to hit these wicking candles that keep wicking down here. And probably a good idea is along the consolidated area of where they all touch, because that would be a great entry point. But is it going to hit there again right now? I don't think so. I think what we're going to do is we're going to probably see this pull back into the 100K level once again. Possibly then make another sharp pullback. If we hit this level and we continue on the lower highs, we are then forming what we can see here as a triangle pattern, which is actually, this is now an ascending pattern. So we broke through here, we broke up, we retested, broke up, retested, broke up, retested, and we kind of do this for a moment before we start to see this break out. And usually on the third or fourth round, it breaks out of this downsloping trend. At that point, I would expect Bitcoin to then continue its rally up, very likely, probably until about 120K. Now, normally I have showed you this level here where we pulled this. From here, our next move up, as you can see, it would probably end us up at somewhere at this level, which is about $120,000 to $125,000, my friend. So if you're bearish at this point, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong seat. And yes, so what? We're down $1 on the trade. Whoop-de-doo, my friends. That's why you just, at this point, take low position trades. At this point, I mean, I was buying it over here, and I didn't get any over here. I am going to wait for it to stabilize at this current level, and possibly we can look at buying back at this 93 level. But if we do end up pulling back even further, I'll show you where we could be going to. Now, the Bitcoin bull market is now entering the later stages, according to crypto quant analyst, and here's why. So, notably, the percentage of Bitcoin traded for less than a month based on realized market cap, UTXO, has reached 36%. Although this is considerably lower than the peaks of the past cycles, the long-term trends remains downward, which suggests that the market is likely to reach its cycle peak by Q1 of 2025, or at latest by Q2 25. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I don't see that happening. Although the data always points in the right direction, right? So we don't have that much left of a pump at this point, but I would say that we probably have a pump up to 150, have a massive pullback down to 110, 113,000, and then rally right back up to 200, 250, 300,000 as my target, as I have always shared with you on the channel. Now, this is a very dubious speculation, suggesting Bitcoin could follow Nasdaq's ETF rallies of 1999. This is according to Benjamin Cowen. So Cowen says that the QQQ ETF hit a local top after going up 150% in roughly 1 year following the launch of the ETF. Now, in 1999, the QQQ ETF launched in March, and it rallied from around $48 to $120. And that rally from 48 to 120 took about 54 weeks. Okay. So if you look at Bitcoin's ETF, it launched at about 48K. Interesting, the number. If you look at the launch of the spot ETF for Bitcoin, it wicked up to 48 instead of down to it, and like it did with the QQQ ETF. But interestingly enough, 54 weeks later is January 20th, inauguration day of the president-elect Donald Trump, which is interesting because 54 weeks after the launch of the QQQ, it was 54 weeks later the QQQ went from like 48 to 120. So you can see here why I'm rationalizing with you, and I'm saying to you that in this instance where we can see the highs are getting higher, but the lows aren't getting lower, we're just forming this triangle pattern right here. And the moment we get to this point where we actually get the momentum and the energy to break out of this, that is when we will go up in Bitcoin and its value. So thanks to Crypto Quant for that. Now, if you haven't seen, well, the altcoin landscape in 2025 has potential contenders for outperforming Bitcoin. Now, most altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. Hence, then we see the total 3 market cap here, okay, which is all of the altcoins except Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then here we have all of the others, which is everything outside of the top 10. This is now going to start outperforming in terms of dollars, and we'll see billions of dollars come into the space, which means that those billions of dollars will be taken away, or not taken away, diluted into other altcoins outside of Bitcoin, meaning that Bitcoin won't capture all of that liquidity in this current moment. So you need to know and understand that altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. And this is why I've been sharing with you my strategy on the Crypto Bliss community. If you have been subscribed to my channel, by taking meme coins, altcoins, all kinds of coins, taking them and trading them against Bitcoin, okay, like Solana. Solana is breaking out against Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum will break out against Bitcoin at some stage. If you're accumulating Ethereum here at this point and going to trade it against Bitcoin, we could see that massive, massive gain all the way up to here potentially happen. We don't know, but if history repeats in some manner or another, we can see that altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. So BNB will outperform Bitcoin. You can see here, there will be billions and billions and billions coming into the space. Solana, Chainlink, AVAX, BitTensor, so many. You just cannot expect to not have a massive gain against Bitcoin at this current point in the market cycle. So with that being said, you can see here, you are just simply not bullish enough.
This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. As you know,
dump your gold, sell all the U.S. gold, buy Bitcoin, then the trade is free because you could buy 5 million Bitcoin for the cost of the gold. You will demonetize the entire gold asset class, and our enemies hold gold in their banks, so their assets would go to zero. Our assets would go to $100 trillion, and we would control the world's reserve capital network as well as the world's reserve currency network.
who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
You truly are not bullish enough, my friend. And I would like to give Bitcoin Teddy a shout out for that video and truly appreciate everything that's busy happening out here in the space. So did someone say the US Bitcoin strategic reserve is coming? Yes. Now, the thing is you are definitely not bullish enough, and here is why. Well, with Thailand now accepting cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to trade, to buy property, to buy things, and for tourism across Thailand, well, my friend, this is now why the Thai Prime Minister believes that Bitcoin may hit $850,000. But I'm going to give you, and maybe that's the cycle, who actually knows? But it will eventually get to that point because Bitcoin is digital gold, a digital asset, and hedged against the US dollar, against inflation, and your energy that you spend to get that US fiat currency. Okay, so you know you are not bullish enough. And if you aren't, then get bullish enough and get some Bitcoin.
Yes!
Okay, because billionaire Dan Morehead says that the US stores $600 billion in gold. Go to digital gold. It's just much better.
I think that is actually a really important thing. When you're the reserve currency of the world, you don't have somebody else's currency to save in. So the United States doesn't have another currency. It stores $600 billion in gold, which is a staggering amount. It's equivalent to 11 million years of American worker wages. So that's kind of crazy. Go to digital gold. Bitcoin is much better. And so I do think it's totally rational. The U.S. already owns 1% of the world's Bitcoins. Keep that, increase that. So I do think it is actually a really good policy. There's a couple countries that already do own Bitcoin. It'd be great for the U.S. to get out and lead. I think
once again, you can see here right now that if you are literally not in Bitcoin, you are going to lose against inflation. You will lose against what is about to unfold by the quantitative tightening that may be looming and lingering upon us in the background that not really many people are actually talking about at this point. That is why we have experienced this little dip, because there's been noise about the potential of another massive depression. So Bitcoin doesn't do well in those moments, but I guess we'll see, because Bitcoin's never seen a depression, but it does exceptionally well in an inflationary environment, and that we do know. So 850,000, I don't know, let me know down below. But here you can see that Mr. Donald Trump says never to sell.
Never sell your Bitcoin, right?
Never sell your Bitcoin. In other words, whoever is selling Bitcoin right here, right now, keeping this price under 100K, they are missing out on massive opportunity. Because even just to get back up from there to there is a $10,000 move. That's a 10% move. The S&P pretty much on average moves like 10% a year. Okay, you're getting 10% in a couple days, maybe a few weeks at the very most. So are you in the right asset is the question. Bitcoin is that asset, and you need to get yourself some Bitcoin. So it's really a matter of perception or reality. But the perception is that Bitcoin's price increases and the dollar remains stable. Well, that is incorrect, because the truth and the reality is that Bitcoin, because of its limited supply of 21 million, and the way that the Federal Reserve prints the US dollar as much as they want, digitally and physically, as much as they want, what that does is the fact that Bitcoin remains stable but increases in value because of the amount of dollars that are hedged against the economy. Therefore, Bitcoin, okay, actually is your best hedge, and it is a reality check for you right now to get yourself some Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a protection against your money, your currency, which you use in energy to spend working for, to get that paper currency, to pay for your expenses, and that is increasing in inflationary 7% per year, let alone any interest that you may have, let alone any of the other stuff that you may have that can cause you to not afford to pay for your debt. But get your mindset right. You can afford to pay for it. Hedge yourself against inflation. Buy yourself some Bitcoin. Do it. Don't waste the time. Now is that opportunity, because it truly is over. Bitcoin will go to infinity, my friend. So I just want to stop here very quickly. You can see Bitcoin pumped, dumped, pumped, dumped, pumped, erased most of those gains. You can see it does it all the time. But that is all the way back down here. We're at $254. Wait till you see where we're at today. I'm sure we did 100,000. This here was the little COVID blip, okay? So you can see here that over time, we literally are stock to flowing, and this is heading up to $100 trillion asset, no problem. Today, it's sitting at $1.8 trillion, my friend. So that's a 50x on Bitcoin sometime in your future. Can you 50x your money doing anything else? Let me know down in the comments below, because if you do, you're very likely gambling. This isn't gambling. Bitcoin isn't a gamble. Bitcoin is an absolute phenomenal investment. It is the best asset on the planet. So if we can have a look at those pumps that we made there, where do we think Bitcoin is going to go? Some people think Bitcoin is going to pump up here to $1 million. I don't know. What do you think? Because actually, you can see here that we have yet to really find the support on the previous all-time high properly and really make our way up. We're in a pullback position. All right. So if Bitcoin is a $100 trillion asset, okay, and there's only 21 million, but one Bitcoin equals 100 million, what will this asset equal in terms of $100 trillion market cap? Well, at $100 trillion market cap, we can see that we could see a $5 million Bitcoin. That's inevitable. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. And so, therefore, like Mr. Michael Saylor actually says, right now,
now that we've gotten there, now what? What's next?
Every day for the past 4 years, I've said, buy Bitcoin, don't sell the Bitcoin. I'm going to be buying more Bitcoin. I'm going to be buying Bitcoin at the top forever. I joked with Dave Portnoy today. He said, I missed it at 10,000, I missed it at 20,000, I missed it at 100,000. I said, Dave, it's still less than $1 million a coin. You're getting a 90% discount from $1 million a coin. I'm sure that I will be buying Bitcoin at $1 million a coin, probably $1 billion a day of Bitcoin at $1 million a coin. And so I think it's a very simple idea. Just keep buying Bitcoin with your spare capital. It's going to appreciate against the dollar forever.
It's going to appreciate against the dollar forever, and hence why Bitcoin will remain flat, the dollar will decrease, but the value of Bitcoin will continue to go up forever, my friends. You can see here I've done. So, hope you've enjoyed the video today. Thanks for being here with me on the Crypto Bliss community once again, and we will see you on the next one, you blessed souls. Make sure to subscribe if you are watching and have not yet subscribed, and let's go rock this year off. This is the first of many awesome videos I have ahead for you. So make sure to stay tuned, because things are starting to get heated out there in the crypto space. Thank you, take care, and have a